Part of the government's job, keeping flyers safe from terror. Part of the way they do it, secretly deploying law enforcement personnel on planes who can then act fast should anything happen. But are safety efforts being bogged down by agency politics or even more trivial matters? What Drew Griffin of CNN Special Investigations Unit reports may, repeat, may shock you.
The Federal Air Marshal's mission: protect America's commercial aircraft from future terrorist attacks. With a nearly $1 billion budget, how many attempted terrorist attacks have the Federal Air Marshals foiled? None that we've been told about. They did shoot and kill one man, a person at Miami's airport with mental health issues who claimed to have a bomb in a backpack. As far as arresting terrorists or anyone else,
I had the statistics for last year that they'd made 4 arrests for an appropriation of over $800 million. It came out to more than $200 million per arrest. It's just ridiculous.
So what's going wrong? Air marshals CNN talked to for this story describe a federal agency in chaos, where bored and frustrated air marshals focus more on internal squabbles than watching for bad guys. The marshals asked we not show their faces.
We don't have managers that provide training or provide leadership or do anything other than produce conflict. How can you say you're protecting the public when you're playing games?
Look at this dry erase board in an air marshal's office in Orlando, Florida. CNN was told managers used the board to keep track of how many minority air marshals had been disciplined. Employees told CNN managers were awarding each other scores for their harassment activities. The Transportation Security Administration says it's investigating and that all employees are entitled to be treated in a fair and lawful manner. But Orlando's not the only example. All over the country, from Las Vegas to Seattle to Cincinnati, air marshals have filed official complaints claiming age, gender, and racial discrimination. In Cincinnati alone, 20% of the office filed complaints, according to their lawyer. 6 marshals say they were then retaliated against in the workplace with undesirable assignments. Managers allegedly spent 9 months at an unknown cost to taxpayers investigating whether one female air marshal had her car registered in the proper state.
At the conclusion of that, she was notified that the car in question belonged to a different air marshal, so they were dropping the inquiry. My almost 1-year-old child would probably be better at picking up the phone and dialing the driver's license bureau than these guys are.
Then there is the story of this woman, a girlfriend, now wife of an air marshal, who complained to the Department of Homeland Security she was followed, photographed, and investigated by the air marshals. All because she says her then boyfriend had a workman's comp claim.
American safety is being put, on the back burner because, we're 40 miles away from the airport investigating private citizens.
Despite repeated requests, the Federal Air Marshal Service and TSA declined to give CNN an interview. Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee believes the Air Marshal's program, put together hastily after 9/11, now needs to be reinvented.
If we've got those kinds of problems, we need to get a ready broom and sweep it out. The only way we're going to ensure the security and safety of the American people is that we have staff par excellence. And I know they're out there.
Let's bring in Drew Griffin of CNN Special Investigations Unit. Drew, this is pretty shocking stuff. The Congresswoman, I think she wants a clean sweep of this agency. You've been covering air marshals for a long time. Why so many problems?
This group was hastily put together after 9/11. It was kind of a knee-jerk reaction to get this group together. Many of the air marshals point to a group of former Secret Service agents who have taken over this department, Wolf, and they say have run it basically into the ground from the ground up. As we have been reporting for 3 years now, the odds of an air marshal actually on your flight are embarrassingly low. Add to that this kind of disarray, this discrimination, this retaliation, and even assignments being assigned based on perks or retaliation, and it's just a mess. There is a call in Congress now for an investigation and, as you heard from the Congresswoman, a sweep of the management there.
And that racism we saw in your report was shocking indeed. It's hard hard to believe that kind of stuff goes on.
It is hard to believe. We kind of toned it down for your broadcast, but online we've described exactly what those different categories were, and they're describing gay men, lesbians, blacks in derogatory terms. This was a board that was hanging in one of the field Marshal's field offices in Orlando.
I know you're going to continue investigating for us. Appreciate it. Good work, Drew. Thanks very much. Critically important subject. It's live.